Sound business returns now to TranzAct Technologies. Joining us is part of the leadership team here at the organization. First off is a senior partner with the organization, Dave Durchie. Also with us is Vic Seidahar. Vic is the Vice President of Logistics within the organization, and also Vice President Doug Call. Previously, Mike Regan had taken us through some realities for 2009. His suggestion was that there was going to be some tough sledding on the part of the motor carriers. My interest is in looking at the motor carrier situation.
I see the carriers spending a lot of focus on their accounts receivables. Just as all of our clients are looking at pulling their cash in, the carriers are really looking at the funds that they have out. At TranzAct, we view the relationship with our carriers and the shippers and TranzAct as a triangle. We are all working together from pickup through settlement to have that whole process done on a timely and accurate basis on behalf of our shipper customers and on behalf of our relationships with our carriers. Many of the carriers are experiencing significant changes in their shipping patterns today just because of the dynamics of the marketplace, and they are continuing to look at this lane matching capabilities that we bring to the marketplace to help both the shippers and the carriers look at what is really profitable for them.
Shippers seem to be very concerned right now about motor carriers' financial viability and the potential impact of carrier restructuring and perhaps in some cases failures. Vic, would you comment on that concern?
Certainly. I believe there's a reasonable chance that some carriers operating in today's LTL marketplace, for example, won't be with us in a year. We're following the truckload marketplace as well very carefully, in particular because of the significant number of failures that we've seen in that segment of the motor carrier industry. I think depending upon the extent of the failures and restructuring, it could definitely have an impact on capacity and carrier choices in 2009. This eventually could lead to higher rates in LTL, but I don't think that's going to be happening in 2009.
You know, Vic, along with that, and Denny, along with that, what we are seeing is some of our more proactive shippers are employing a key strategy of scenario planning. That is, they are looking by location, which carriers are they using, and asking the questions. What happens if that carrier was no longer there? What would be the next in line alternative? And what would that do to my cost? What would that do to my services? They're trying to say, what's going to happen with the marketplace? Who's going to be around?
It's interesting. I have a client that talks about a picture being worth 1,000 words. A simulation is worth 1,000 pictures. So going through that process seems to be very, very important.
It's critical, and we've at TranzAct helped a number of customers to say, based on the pricing that you have with XYZ carrier or ABC carrier, if one of them was out of the mix, we have the capability to go back in and take a look at the book of business that they have, reprice that, retake a look at the service, and be very specific about the implications that that might mean for their organization.
Actually, you guys have a great reputation. You've built your business on really creating a track record of helping companies save money by reducing transportation spend for shippers. You've announced some actually stunning results recently in a on-the-record piece that was done. Some really big numbers have shown up. What about this year? Are there still going to be significant savings for shippers in the marketplace? Is that possible?
Absolutely. We truly believe there's opportunities to achieve significant freight savings in 2009 and beyond.
Denny, in addition to rates and pricing that you go back after the carriers with to match their service offerings with the lanes so that they can do it profitably and help the clients save money, that's on the pricing side. But equally important, if not more important, is the focus that prudent shippers are taking in vigorously reviewing their operational practices, those practices that drive the consumption of transportation. For example, are we filling our truckloads to the maximum capabilities that they can handle, whether that is on a weight basis or a cubic basis? Are we using the correct mode of transportation? Am I just out of habit using air when an expedited ground transportation might go? What are the minimum shipment sizes that we are embedding within our order management, whether that be with what we're offering to the marketplace, to our customers, or what we have in our purchasing systems? If you take a look at moving from a category of 0 to 500 pounds to 500 to 1,000 as size of shipments, you often see a 100 or a 50% reduction in that cost of moving that product from one mode to the other. Additionally, another area that we've had significant success in working with our customers on is managing inbound transportation, helping them move from a prepaid environment to what we call a control environment, where that shipper is making the decision of who is in the best position to buy transportation versus assuming that it's just easiest to procure product with freight included. Finally, proactive firms are asking some of the tough questions in terms of servicing the marketplace, or are we over-servicing our customers? This is how we've always done it, but are we spending more for what value that client really wants and or is willing to pay for? That also begs the question, are all clients the same, all customers the same, and do we have the capability of differentiating our service offering by customer in transportation?
Lots to think about, a real analytical approach, if you will, to what's going on in the marketplace. Are there other thoughts, other things that maybe you would like to add?
Well, yes, there are, Denny. You know, as we've been going through this, we've been talking about what we see happening in 2009. And I think it's important to convey to our audience here that astute logisticians and supply chain leaders are proactive in their communication internally to their corporate management about some of the pending changes and or potential issues in the marketplace. The last thing that senior management wants is surprises. So what we are trying to do, and this is one of the reasons we're putting this together, is to, through our executive briefings, through our on the records, through these types of things, provide the vehicles that can help our customers out here communicate back to their organization to be aware of potential issues and some suggested ideas of how to approach some of those.
Absolutely.
I want to conclude this. We're going to jump back. Mike Regan has more information that he'd like to get to us, and I want to thank you for your participation with us this afternoon. Representing the leadership team here, we really appreciate all that you have done for us today.